Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. And this is episode 20 of Cloudscape. Good evening, y'all. How are we doing? What do we got here with us?
I'm Josh.
I'm Austin.
I'm Britt.
I'm here.
I'm in the wrong spot.
There's so much going on right now.
Oh, well, Tough, you're sticking right there. You're not moving. Tough beans.
Then I'm boycotting this episode.
Well, then, you're going to lay dead in the ground because
Possibly.
this is a bad episode to sit out on.
Yeah, this would be the wrong episode to call a bluff.
We're going to see if Haiven does.
Oh, shit.
For all of you, it's... Well, actually, for all of you, it's been a couple weeks since we've had some episodes. But for all of us, it's been even longer. And I've missed these cute little beans sitting at our virtual table.
I've missed my spot.
Well, Britt's in your spot. How's it feel? What's his spot? Will you fart in his spot, Britt? Just fart in it. Next time.
Put all my girl cuties on it.
Ooh.
T, you're making yourself feel like
I'm out of here.
Feel like the bad family member at the Thanksgiving dinner.
I for sure am that
Where,
person.
like he shows up late and the spot on the couch that he loves next to the window is taken by like a kid or something.
Fuck them kids. These hands are in fact rated E for everyone.
Speaking of rated E for everyone, T, would you like to share about an exciting new partnership that we have?
So we all know that TTRPGs is 100% our thing. So with TTRPGs, outside of books, outside of source material, you need things to play with, specifically things to roll in and carry your stuff. And when I tell you we have a product that I'm not going to whore out without knowing that I'm going to enjoy and love, we've got Minstrel products. Locally sourced out of Poland, real leather. They got mini dice bags. They got big dice trays. They got big dice trays or mini dice trays and big bags and dice boxes and anything that you can need to just help accentuate your experience at a table. And Minstrel is 100% your place to do that. Use promo code GEEKS.
That's not the promo code.
Is it not? It should be.
That's marketing.
I didn't know we had a promo code. I was just taking a shot in the dark at seeing.
Well,
Oh, use the affiliate link that's listed below in the caption.
I was unaware of that, so we'll just silence it and do a voiceover bleep there.
You know what? Use promo code Geeks and support whatever channel that is as well. Do it all. Buy one from them, one from us, as long as you do at least one thing. Oh, shit.
He really just threw me into the deep end there, hoping for the best, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Wait, can we confirm, T, that all of your rolls will be on those
For
trays
sure.
today?
For sure, right here.
So,
You can see me picking up immediately.
The good or bad luck all belongs to this company.
That You know, we really kind of set that up that if Theo dies today, it's Minstrel's fault. So take that as you may. If you love Theo and he dies, you might not like this product. If you hate Theo and he dies, you're like, fuck yeah, I gotta pick one of those up.
Use promo code RIP Theo for 10% off yours.
Well, I just rolled 3 neutrals and a negative twice in this tray, so I think you guys are going to be okay.
But you know what else we get to promo? New merch by Bird Suck, live now. Get your Max's Max's Law shirt now at 4geeksbygeeks.live.
We got Max's Pub Law. We've got... Ooh, I like that Pub Law. We've got Cloudscape's Most Wanted.
And head in the clouds.
Head in the clouds.
So it's all great merch. This man
All made by Bird Suck.
way too talented to be hanging out with us, and all profits from that merch go straight back to him to support his artistry so he can keep making us more merch.
We got to pay him just enough where he doesn't want to leave.
Oh, now I rolled 2 neutrals and 2 negatives, so guys, I think you're winning this fight thanks to Minstrel.
Fine.
Yeah.
Ding!
Open it, and then I just dropped a dice.
It's getting the bad rolls out now.
Yeah.
Right. Oh god.
Yeah, that's actually the thing.
Are you guys ready to begin today's episode?
So fucking
I'm ready to
ready.
cause chaos
Let's do it.
immediately, expeditiously.
Previously on Cloudscape, the gang met around the Green Stem, the cafe where Tobias gave Kit the address in order for her to meet him at 10 p.m. on the evening of the big meetup with Haiven to do the swap. They met there, they kind of collaborated, they tore apart an espresso machine in order to build Wayland a new contraption where with his wooden hand he could shoot out as a projectile, but you gotta go get it because there's no chain or anything involved, and you still don't have your grappling hook. Then they kind of reassembled some of that espresso machine in order to process some big fancy poison leaf word that I don't know how to say for Theo.
Oh god, I don't know if I can find that again.
I think I've got notes somewhere. I think I wrote it down, but I can't pronounce it anyway.
Oh, Salvia Divinorum.
That. And you laced the pen that you're hoping Haiven will use to sign the contract at the meetup that would poison him and cause severe hallucinations. Am I correct in that?
Correct.
Okay.
Send him on a little trip.
Meanwhile, Alsvid
He's
went
getting sent on a trip for sure.
with no return ticket. Meanwhile, Alsvid went and scoped out the conservatory, the greenhouse, down in the district to kind of see what they were working with. Discovered it was a severely abandoned greenhouse, much overgrown, moss all over the windows, but was able to get into the back room just in time to hide. And some Sigurd Dreech members were showing up, scoping out the place in a similar fashion, but one entered, had a phone call about setting something up in the doorway, which after they left with your great stealth roll, you went and checked out and discovered it was some sort of contraption on the door. Quite unsure what it was. Then murked that guy, Assassin's Creed style, threw him in an open burial plot, which either Sirkin or Haiven had previously dug just to prepare.
Sirkin pleads the fifth.
How straight are the edges? Because that'll tell you who did it.
Oh, it was very, very straight.
That was
Corner
mine.
demon. Yeah.
I always have corners.
And then you took that bag, went back into hiding, and that's where you are set as you connected with Wayland. So Wayland's now on the roof, kind of gave him the lowdown, but Wayland, that's where you stopped on the roof across the street from the greenhouse. And then Kit got in the car with Sirkin, Tobias, and Theo, drove down to the conservatory. Y'all entered with nothing happening in the doorway and waited until Haiven showed up, entering the space with two Sigurd's Reach members on either side of him, two gold members on either side of him, and one Sigurd's Reach coming through the back way, just passing Alsvid, hiding in the back room, and Kit still in the car. You successfully convinced Haiven to look over the contract that upon Sirkin's death, Haiven would get all of your possessions and all of your riches once he signed. But he decided, you know what? I'm going to wait until after I kill you to sign this thing, just in case. Because if Haiven dies, then you get all of his stuff. He pocketed the contract, and Theo said, not how this works, and pulled a gun on Haiven. And that really ended the episode.
And we've been frozen in this time ever since.
But still living, like you guys have been unable to like scratch your noses or pee for several weeks.
Wait, y'all
I
been
can scratch my
peeing?
nose, I can't pee.
Oh, is that canon? Sirkin can't pee?
Is it like Kim Jong Un or whatever, where you like don't create waste, so therefore you don't need to expel it?
I thought he's a
Is that
perfect
canon?
Yeah, that is canon.
According to
I've
him,
missed Austin so much.
I know.
What can I say? Thank you. Thank you.
So, with you pulling a gun, you just launched everybody straight into initiative. Will everyone in the greenhouse please roll?
I feel like I should get a surprise attack.
Are you firing, bro?
You didn't say you
So
shot.
I'm just saying, I feel like I should be able to do something before initiative comes into play. That's all I'm saying.
You drew a gun.
If you said you had pulled and fired last episode, then maybe. But right now it's just pointed. It's like pulling a sword, but not doing anything with it.
Oh, I think
Like
we all knew his
sword.
intention, but
Yeah, we all know the intention here.
Roll perception.
Nobody is shocked by this.
So I need a +4.
Hold on. I gotta write this down.
You got a lot of initiatives to keep track of.
Hold on.
let me remember how these work. Ooh, okay, that's not bad.
Okay,
It
plus
might be-
4 from Sirkin.
Might be a good night. It's a +4
plus
for Al as well.
Oh,
+3 for me up on
holy
the roof.
shit.
I'm so ready for something to happen, even though I
Wayland-
don't know what's happening.
Wayland and Kit, you don't need to roll. I mean, I'll take that as like a perception check from you. And go ahead, Kit, but it won't count as an initiative roll.
Okay.
Once-
Cool.
Once, if you enter the space, then you'll roll again to find out where you land.
Copy.
Theo?
So do I have to roll it all then?
No, unless you
Okay.
want to do a perception check just to kind of see how well you can see what's going on.
Okay.
Theo, what'd you roll?
A 4.
Plus 4?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Shit. Minstrel is coming in clutch today.
Is Josh frozen for anybody?
No, he's
Nope.
He's
Oh,
just
now
standing
he's
perfectly
back.
still.
Okay.
I was just contemplating.
Is this how initiative works in Fate?
Yes, in Fate, you would, instead of like a strictly initiative roll, you tend to roll perception first, just to see like who's able to see what's going on first, and then if there's ties, then you would settle with like an athletics check.
As long as I beat Haven, that's all I'm worried about.
I'm gonna roll 1 for Haiven,
He's gonna have some plot armor. So
1 for
Oh, he is for sure having plot armor. That's why he didn't let me pull the trigger. And
plot armor. He
You're
doesn't.
gonna
He gets to
shoot.
go
I
first.
don't know if this is the appropriate time to have this conversation, but you're gonna shoot this guy. I'm so stressed.
Oh,
Theo's going through it right now, guys.
yeah, he's having a mental
Uh,
breakdown.
it's big cowboy energy right
Love
now.
it.
Okay. Sirkin, Alsvid, and Theo, please roll athletics.
Get these.
That would be a -1.
Okay.
That's a 3.
That's a 5.
Okay. All right, then the order is Alsvid, Theo, Sirkin.
Haven's last.
And you don't know what they rolled.
And Haven's last.
Who's going to fact check Bozer to make sure everybody gets their turns? Did you roll for all 3 of Theo's associates?
Oh, I forgot them.
See?
See, that's mob.
I don't remember what other NPCs were involved. So to clarify, though, there's 5 or 6 enemies.
Shit, there's 1,
Haven?
2.
Haven, 2 Sigurds, 2 gold.
5 or 6.
Yep,
And
It's
one
5.
a 6.
Oh, and then the one out back by Al, right? Okay.
There's 6 enemies. So, as a recap to combat, what you can do on your turn, you get 1 action and a movement. that movement can move you across zones, which we'll say within the greenhouse is one zone, in the back room is a zone, and outside the greenhouse is a zone. So
Okay.
if you just move, you may do so. And then otherwise, you can overcome some obstacle as an action. You may create an advantage, which would create an actual aspect, which could be used positively for you, negatively for your opponents, or if you don't make it very well, then it could actually be used positively for your opponent the first round, negatively for you, but then it's in play for anybody to use. You can attack, and then defending, if attacked, is a free action that happens immediately. Yes, Theo, did you have a question?
So with us being in one zone in the greenhouse, can we like run and hide inside like a greenery bush, or how does that work? Do you have to like leave a zone for movement?
Yeah, like if you want to move, otherwise moving, you can make whatever you're trying to do within that zone is possible.
Okay, gotcha.
But if you want to hide, like that would be creating an advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, creating an advantage, that kind of thing. Do note there are some shrubberies. There's not a lot of crops. It's all been kind of died and it's overgrown with some weeds and stuff. But there is a large mechanical vehicle in the back left for you. Or no, back right corner for you. Back left for your opponent's facing you.
Ambiguity is better. That's gonna trick us all up later.
Okay. All right, but Alsvid, hiding in the back room, you rolled the highest. What are you doing?
We're going, see, if I remember right, I'm at like the workshop door or the window because I wanted to watch. So I'm going, obviously I see him pull a gun. I'm like, oh, this is going to get bad. So I'm going to creep my way in and try to I don't think I'm going to gank this dude just yet. I think I'm going to put myself in a way where I would use, like, in D&D terms, I'm like hold my action to fucking yank this dude once the gun goes off. Because I think his focus is on what's going on in front of him right now.
Okay.
So I guess I'll use this turn to stealthily.
Is that create an advantage then?
Yeah, I want you to roll stealth.
Trips and hits all the pots.
Easy.
Is there crit rules for hitting someone who's surprised or something?
We did establish last session that if I do like sneak attack someone, I can use stealth instead of fight.
That's right. That's right.
Which is
Nice.
really good for me. That is not the highest roll. It's only a 4.
Only.
Only a 4. Hey, well, it's only
We
a 4.
roll so well in this game. We're like a 4. Fuck, that might not work.
It's because
Yeah.
I mean it could be so much better. I have a +3 to this.
Yeah, you know, we all roll so good in this.
Kevin, you've broken the scale. I don't want to hear it.
I'm not gonna say that that's not true.
Twice in one session, actually.
But what would be nice if my rolls weren't like a golf? You know?
Okay.
I would happily take a graph that looks like even this.
No, actually, Austin, you should get a minstrel dice tray.
There it is.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's what's missing.
It opens you up.
All right, with a
poser,
4.
can you pass?
Oh, you know, it'd be a great bit. We all get them, and you can just pass them across the screen for whoever needs one.
Would be a good bit.
It would be. You know what?
All good bits are decided in front of the audience.
You guys will laugh at it when it happens, right?
No, the great thing about it is I'll throw it like this way because
Oh yeah, we would get it so wrong is the issue.
I'm not gonna go to anybody because that's what the screen is.
It's gonna be Scooby-Doo antics. We go out one screen but come out entirely different.
Right. That's the bit. All right, with a +4, you successfully use stealth. You're like waiting in the doorway. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, just so I could just pounce on this dude and hit my sneak attack on him.
Because there is a Sigurd's Reach member that is between that doorway and... next up is Theo.
Pulls the trigger.
Shit. Who are you aiming at?
Haiven. I
just want to make sure. Please roll a shoot.
He's actually aiming at a wire that's going to drop a bunch
He's
of
laughing.
equipment
He's
on all
laughing.
these
It's
guys.
either really good or really bad.
So, question: how does one make rolls even better, like Austin does? I can use aspects to like improve a roll too, right?
Yeah.
I would like to use the end justifies the means to make this a 6.
How do you... how does that aspect work with shooting?
Because Theo recognizes that everybody's going to be very pissed off at this decision, but Haiven being removed from the world is a much better thing for the world.
He is in his cowboy era.
Or I would like to use can't make everyone happy.
I think in justify.
I would think
And justify his ignorance. That's wrong.
I think that's okay. I think that's okay personally,
All right.
because you are in your fucking hoodlum cowboy era.
Shout out Minstrel.
Hey, I'm also rolling on Minstrel, so I think Minstrel just is for the player, not the DM.
Even better.
So you take a shot. Were you aiming for somewhere specifically?
In his neck.
Oh, okay. So you fire and with deadly aim, get right in the neck. It kind of blows right through the side, just off of a jugular. But he's bleeding a lot. Immediately grabs. Oh, you're gonna be.
People don't break deals with me.
Sirkin. What you in bed?
I have an idea, and now fuck it. I'm just gonna go in on it. Let's go for it. All right.
Reminder, we have only been a group for like less than a week. The fact there wouldn't be chemistry in something like this is par for the course.
Holy shit. All right. I'm going to use a stunt.
Ooh.
And I'm going to, since I'm X'd up, I'm going to use the push on Haiven. So I have to roll my expertise versus his will to force an idea or perception into his head. And based on what the difference in our rolls will determine the level of success it is. So should we roll first before I tell you what the idea is?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. It's a 4.
A 4?
Yeah. I'm so fucking scared because I imagine Haven's will is pretty good. I mean, I trained him, so.
Tell me the idea.
I'm gonna spend a fate point to add a character detail because I trained Haiven. I know everything about him. Haiven has arachnophobia.
Okay, I'll accept it.
The thought I'm pushing into his head is that his hand is covered in spiders.
Oh.
Ooh.
Is that the suggestion spell in D&D?
I think so, yeah.
Pretty much. Okay, so as you're focusing on Haiven, you're pushing this idea into his head. Your nose starts to bleed a little bit, and I want you to take 1 point of mental stress.
Got it.
I'm gonna be honest, I was hoping you were gonna be like, oh no, now there's spiders in your veins.
Yeah, ghosts in your blood.
I just
You
took mental
cocaine
stress.
guy.
I don't have arachnophobia, but that just gave it to me.
But the way he delivers it is the way he waits to Haiven looks at him, so he's got to make the eye contact, and the delivery is, "Your hand is covered in spiders." It's just so matter of fact.
The JRPG moment where the eyes cut across the screen, slowing as they cross.
Oh, I love that. And so you see him as he's reaching for actually both of his daggers. You see him like pause at one of his hands and like shake vigorously and try to smack the so-called spiders on his hands.
Does he stab one of his hands?
No. Not quite that severe. Okay, so then as you're pushing this idea and you just shot Haiven, the gold members, they both they're flanking Haiven and they're in front of you. They both reach into their breast pockets and reveal a syringe, almost like an EpiPen style. And they are just slamming it into their leg.
What? I thought they were gonna get Juicy Juice Haiven.
I also was thinking that too. I was like, oh man, I fucked up. They're nobodies. It doesn't matter if they take venom.
Yeah.
We don't know what they can do.
You know what? I don't either. That's gonna be the dice to decide. It's gonna decide the same way that
I've trained Bozer well. Chaos DM.
Chaos. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll a D100. Okay. And we're gonna find out what their powers are, which you won't know quite yet.
So it takes a round to inject it, and then it's effective next round?
If they don't die. That is on the table.
Sorry, it was an impulse. That was not appropriate.
I'm glad that your mind goes there too. Because mine does too. Or what I hear, it's a stupid Charmin commercial. Or no, it's actually a diaper commercial. And there's a bear where this kid's like, look, I can not go potty. And he's like, yeah. I don't know. In our house, we say it a lot. Yeah. Because we just kept hearing this.
My mom permanently stained the word salsa in my mind. Every time we eat salsa, she would say, "Did someone say salsa?" And now every time there's salsa around, I think it rings in my ears. Did someone say salsa?
No.
That's called generational trauma.
And I
My
just
biggest
like
thing
wish,
is
I wish that it would go. I wish that it makes me want to go.
no,
We're like,
anytime.
we'll have some chips and salsa. I'm like, did someone say salsa? I think that's fucking cute to say.
No.
Someone say salsa?
I think it's cute, personally.
Anytime there's two options, I'm always the person that goes, "Por qué no los dos?"
Why not both? Hey, look, I can speak Spanish. Okay, so as they slam these basically EpiPen style X injections into their leg, you see one of them just like kind of flex and these large bone spikes like just eject all over their body.
Where's Rock Lee when you need him?
And their hands turn into these massive bone-like claws with like horns that jut out.
Jesus.
Basically, this bone demon just
Suddenly,
erupted in
this
front
is
of you.
Mortal Kombat.
Yes,
Alright.
you are fucked.
And
Out of
the
luck.
other one, with his feet still on the ground, his torso elongates and his arms elongate. And now you've got like this 15-foot tall person with like wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man style arms and
What
legs.
the fuck did you roll? What is on this sheet?
Less intimidating. Less intimidating.
Inflatable man and fucking Bone Boy?
No, bone claws is one, and elasticity. Like,
I just thought he got the worst version of X where he just turns into one of those car dealerships.
No, like
Somebody get a
Elastigirl.
fan out.
It's
Quick,
fantastic.
somebody get a fan out.
Use your wind power, Wayland.
Oh, if only you were on X. Oh! You know
We
what I
don't
forgot to
promote
roll for?
drug use here on 4 Geeks by Geeks.
Unless it's underground fighting,
In which case you have to.
in which case, no, just need to survive.
That's just you have to
like-
survive.
It's like what do you call it? It's like an industry standard. If you don't, yeah, you need it to keep up.
That's why USADA is no longer partnered with the UFC.
Nice.
All right. And then immediately after they inject themselves, it's the Sigurd's Reach turn.
That
So,
dude is dead, by the way. I rolled a 7.
oh, the gunshot. I forgot you were holding your action.
I
So, what
rolled
were
a 7.
you were attacking when the gun fired?
Yeah, so when the shot happened, I was gonna gank that dude.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You rolled a 7?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
There is one other thing we need to think about as well, Bozer.
Yeah?
A gunshot just left off, and I had Light Guard be alerted of what was participating. So just something to keep in mind on your end if that was something that you had forgotten.
No, it's noted.
Okay.
Rolls around, so
Yeah, it might take a couple rounds for them to get involved. But
or they're like, this is the city. Gunshots happen all the time. We're not gonna deal with that.
It's just Chicago. It's fine.
I was actually pretty hungry and it's close to my break time, so
It is a future me issue.
I'll deal with the bodies afterwards.
So you rolled a 7 with stealth.
Yes,
And how are you attempting to murk this man?
I have a knife.
An actual EpiPen.
Yep. No, so I have a good old switchblade. I also have the other Tim's fucking knife. So I mean, I might just stab him with the other Sigur's Reach knife.
Okay. So as you go to stab this individual, you go up for the throat.
No, I think since we're going loud, I'm not trying to. I think I'm just gonna start stabbing kidneys.
Okay.
Jesus!
So you successfully.
Mia.
You get behind.
Alright.
Here, grab her.
Yep. But as you stab, you get a stab in, and he's and then immediately goes to grip your hand, and it's not like if you've done this before, where it's usually a couple stabs and you're done. This man is pushing excessively hard against that hand, so you get a stab in, and you do the damage, but he ain't down.
Ooh.
So we'll start there. He's gonna whip around on you, and as he does, you see 2 bands on each arm glowing
Do this.
a purple ring. And
There's
he's
so much I forgot about.
yeah, he's got the power bands on.
I
And-
really can't believe that fighting was on the table and you guys just let me fucking be a contingency plan.
And he's gonna go for
We're
an
setting you up for a great entrance.
I really thought
think
this
we
was gonna
planned
go
any
so
of
much
this?
more smooth. That's on me.
Yeah, get fucking Theo 100% in his cowboy era. Him being in the room means that it was gonna end in violence.
Yeah,
Honestly,
the Wild West. The past
right now, yeah.
what we expected.
All right, roll defense, Alsvid.
Oh, are you sure?
You sure? Ooh,
No.
that's not so pretty. That's not so hot. Where's my? 1 minute. I can't defend with stealth, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No,
Like
you-
Batman, you put the cowl over.
I'm gonna use a stunt for the first time.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna use momentum, and it's just a flat, increase your defense roll by +2 when in combat with an enemy.
Okay.
Because I am sly, so that'll only be a 4.
Okay. So with a 4, he goes for an uppercut, and using his momentum, you kind of just juke out of the way, and he misses you completely.
Good.
The
Glass
other,
cannon. Okay, I can't do this.
the other 2 Sigurd's Reach members that are flanking Haiven, one is going to or actually, they're both going to turn on your NPCs, that your helpers, T.
Okay.
Okay, let's Okay. I'm just rolling by myself. This is super fun.
Hey, can you DM the conversations that they're having in this fight? Play with yourself, please.
Yes, play with yourself on camera.
Whoa, whoa.
Nice.
Different site, different site.
So they both immediately go towards the back of, like, towards the door, to engage with your associates. Which, do we establish who it was?
Yes. Give me 1 second.
So they're hard, they're hard
Quinn-
names.
It was Quinn and Planer, and Planer's a Reptoran.
There was one more. There was 3 of them.
What? 3?
Yeah,
Araya?
because I have Torek and Denton as my drivers, so I had Quinn, Planer, and Loria.
Jesus. There are too many people in this.
Which one was the door guy?
That one I'm not sure. I just know Loria is in charge of them because she's a badass.
They all ran inside.
Because you have the door guy as well. I think it was our driver.
Oh, I guess that's right.
Oh my god. I can't keep
Kid drove.
track of
No,
these people.
it was just 2 or 3 people. for
No,
sure.
because they came in a separate car. I remember the 3 of them were in their own car, and then we still had
Because
whatever-
we had a driver.
we had whatever
No, we
10
dismissed
was with
them.
us.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Because
Did we?
Kit drove.
Because Kit drove.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, we
I just remember one of them someone was a door guy. And
Yeah,
got intimidated.
that would have probably been the Raptoran guy.
So basically, a Sigurd's Reach member is engaged with Quinn and
Oh, congratulations!
like blow for blow. And one goes to the taller Raptoran Planer and gets a good blow on them. And then Loria is just ready to fight. Haven's turn. Haven, as he was pulling these knives, and I'm gonna actually that idea that you pushed into his mind, I'm gonna call that creating an advantage.
Nice.
Nice.
And call it arachnophobia.
Do I have anybody close to me, by the way?
Yeah, you've got Kit,
me.
and Sirkin,
No, Kit's in the
Man,
car.
and Tobias.
Kid.
Oh, not Kit.
But you, me, and Tobias are all next to each other.
Okay. Just a heads up. I do have a not the face stunt, so
My next turn, I'm moving.
So basically what that means is because you created that advantage, you can use it as an aspect when you are rolling.
Perfect.
is it a one-time use or would this be like a continued since the type of?
Yeah, this would be continued.
Okay.
So Haven, he's pulling these knives. And you see he pulls one and like gives it a good lick. And like throws one up in the air, changes hands with one knife, and you see that almost as if they are bonded. The knife he throws kind of whips around the air and then almost on its own is drawn towards the other knife. And butt to butt connect.
Nice.
You
We're
killed
fighting
Qui-Gon
Darth
Jinn.
Maul?
Maybe.
Pretty much.
I can't believe he killed Qui-Gon Jinn.
All right, guys. We just have to remember we don't do the same thing last time.
Is there a big hole in the center of this warehouse?
So he is going to run up towards your group. Actually, he's going to run towards you, Theo. But while he's doing that, he's throwing a knife towards Sirkin. So he's basically doing 2 attacks here. One towards Theo, one towards Sirkin.
How damaged is he from the gunshot?
He's bleeding profusely.
Does he have a severe consequence?
No.
Okay.
Can you remind me how that aspect works? Not trying to get like too meta with him, like, oh, how close is he to death? I'm just in general, I'm not 100% sure how damage
So basically,
works.
when you take damage, you based on the number of shifts, the difference of rolls for your fight versus their defense, and this would work the same way with you. That you've got so many physical stress levels and mental stress levels, and as long as you've got an available slot based on how many shifts you've taken, like if it was 1 shift or 2 shifts or 3 shifts, then you can take that stress. But once you don't have that spot available, then it would go into physical consequences, which would basically be an aspect
Okay.
you could use to your advantage.
Okay.
No, he's bleeding, but
So you caused him a lot of physical stress.
yeah.
I sure would hope so.
Tis a flesh wound.
So Theo and Sirkin both make a defense roll.
I would like to use not the face and combine my physique with Sirkin's.
What's your
That's not a great physique to combine it with.
Theo's is 0, so.
Same.
Oh shit.
I'm not a fighter boy.
0 plus 0 is
I rolled all neutral. What does that mean?
0.
Fuck, I rolled neutral also.
This kid has
So my
I take this back. I'd like to use a fate point to reroll.
okay?
my
Oh,
athletics.
that's much better. That's a 3 now.
I have a +2.
It's a 3 now.
Yes.
Plus 2.
Oh fuck.
So T, as he's coming like into your gut with one of the knives. As
What? Buy me a drink first.
he's going to stab you in the gut as he's launching this other knife towards Sirkin. You successfully parry it, and now you've got him kind of clutched in your hands with the one knife inching closer and closer to your gut. We're gonna call that it was a tie.
I am emptying the clip on my next turn. Just a heads up.
Gross. So with a tie, you get a single use aspect, almost like a quick story tag. And because he was attacking, we're gonna call that engaged. So you have to disengage with Sirkin before you can make or not Sirkin, Haiven, before you can make an attack.
I have to disengage from him?
Well, like he's holding you, like, so you have to use basically using all of your body to resist getting stabbed. So you have to consider yourself grappled.
In a
essentially.
sense. Like you couldn't just empty the clip because you both rolled a tie, and that's the aspect he's going to use. So you can try, but this aspect will be used to his advantage to basically give him a +2 on the roll.
Okay.
On his defense roll. It would work exactly the same that if you were attacking and you rolled a tie, you would get a positive story tag or aspect.
We all should have read the combat
Sure.
chapter before we did this episode.
Well, not everyone knew.
It's basically a boost.
So I basically just lose a turn is all that's happening here?
No,
No.
you're giving him a +2 to his defense roll if you intend to attack. Because of this boost.
Okay. I'm not seeing how he is also at a disadvantage, though, if we tied.
He's not.
He didn't.
The tie goes to
Gets
the
an
runner.
advantage. Yeah, tie goes to the.
I get an advantage because I was attacking, but he didn't make any damage on you. His attack failed, but it's a tie. So he gets a boost that he can use one time.
I don't understand combat in this game.
This isn't the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
You haven't done it much.
Trust
so
us,
that makes
it's
sense.
correct.
No, I'm sure it is. I just don't understand how a tie benefits one side. But anyways, we're just going to get stuck on this so we can keep going.
Sirkin, you rolled a +2.
Sure did.
So you managed to duck out of the way of this knife, which spins just past your face and almost like a frisbee comes circling back and connects to the back of the knife that's attempting to plunge towards Theo's stomach. Nan
Pulls out a shotgun. Get off my lawn.
She where is she in all this? So
Conveniently hidden.
being the feisty little girl she is,
Does she whip out a cast iron?
she is going to dip out of the way and kind of go back towards that vehicle that's tucked away in the back. She's going to remove herself out of the way.
Smart man.
Your crew T is still engaged with the Sigurd's Reach members.
Did Loria go to assist one of them since
Yeah.
she was free? Okay.
So just behind the action, the Golds and Haiven, you can see that they're now 3-on-2 scuffle back there, but 2 have the power band. So it's pretty blow for blow at the moment. And then
So to clarify, so they have power bands, and then the gold members are X'd up.
yes,
Okay.
yep. And then Tobias, he's gonna kind of step away, and kind of look to see if anybody is watching him. And anybody can roll a perception check if you'd like, just to see if you notice what he's doing.
That's a 3.
It's a -1.
That's a 4.
So anybody that rolled, I guess, well, Theo and Alsvid, as you're scuffling, you kind of notice that Tobias steps away, and he reaches in his pocket, and you see him open a small pillbox and grab something.
Kid's gonna be so mad. Oh, I am more terrified of this than I am of Haiven. Jesus Christ.
And pop it in his mouth.
Theo ain't no snitch. He didn't see what happened.
I hope he turns into
Fucking wish I'd seen that. Ugh.
Jackal and Hyde.
I don't want to listen to this tongue lashing that's gonna come from this.
I'm for it. Some applies to me.
I'm worried I'm about to get some trauma after that encounter. Me personally, T, not Theo.
Okay. So that was the end of a round. Nan and Wayland. Roll up, or not Nan, Kit and Wayland. Roll a perception check to see if you heard the gunshot go off.
Just blissfully ignorant.
That's this is a 1
Okay.
from across from 20 feet away.
It was a 3, Kit.
I think someone sneezed.
All right, so from inside the car, Kit, you hear a gunshot. What would you like to do?
Panic.
Press on the pedal, drive through the wall. Drive through the wall. Drive through the wall.
No.
Also,
no.
really, I want to point out, because we have spent time away from you guys did see Theo's men rush inside afterwards, so you've seen a sense of action too.
So the outside of this building, excuse me, is this like a greenhouse where it's all glass windows?
Yes, but as we established,
It's really overgrown.
it's really overgrown in the windows, like moss and algae and all that. So you can't see into the windows, but yeah, it is covered in windows.
Would they have seen the flash of the light from the flare of the gun when it discharged?
Sure. Kit would. Wayland, I don't know what you were doing.
Well, I
My
was
character doesn't have dark vision. I'm sorry.
I was just waiting across the street for them to leave from the exchange so that I can definitely confirm that it either went well or that I had to get involved and pull one of the. I was just gonna extract the other person if the deal went wrong. Like if it was going to be Nan, like they didn't complete the deal, or if it was going to be Tobias, I would grab Tobias. So I guess I'm going to just wait out here. I don't know how many rounds it'll take before I get impatient, but I'm going to wait like an undisclosed amount of rounds until maybe I'll roll a d4 or something.
There you go.
Okay, you guys have 3 rounds to not die before I come in. If nobody is leaping with one of the people in question, I will enter the fray.
So then, Kit, you see the light of the gunshot and you hear it.
I'm just gonna panic by myself in the car and just kind of wait it out.
Okay.
I think I am just cursing out Theo. I don't know that he's.
Why are you blaming Theo?
I am cursing him out. I am cursing him out because of your track record.
We all know. I mean, you pulled a gun on Wayland like a few hours ago.
Theo didn't start that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
You started this whole thing. You've started this whole thing, and you've been continuing to push it forward down this rabbit hole. So,
Man,
Wayland
ever
is
since
just
the attack
cursing
on
out.
Max's.
They just don't understand Theo, do they, Bubs?
All right, Alsvid, back to you. What are you doing?
Well, I guess I'm gonna continue to try to brawl with this dude. Let's pray.
You would like to pray with the Sigurd's Reach member?
Yep. I'm like, let me absolve you of your sins, my child.
Will you roll a lore check for me?
Oh, okay. Okay. That's not great. It's a lot of neutrals. What's my lore? My lore is better than my fight. This is weird. That is a 3.
So as you're fighting this person, you recognize them.
Of course I do.
This is Jalen.
Fuck.
Jay Leno?
I might have a chance. Jalen. He's getting up there in age.
Just a note. You just know who they are as you're fighting them.
Oh, this is really sad now.
Tough, yeah.
Ooh.
What are you doing?
Oh, look, kid. I don't want to have to kill you. I don't. Too many of my friends have died already.
Yeah? And whose fault is that?
It's your own fucking fault. And I'm gonna stab him.
You stabbed in the kidney. He could have surrendered.
That man's gonna get septic real fast.
The consequences of my decisions.
What'd you roll?
I'm trying to decide if I want to use in too deep or not.
The knife is.
Shit, it's not deep enough. He's still up.
Things I've heard for 500, Alex.
Cause it's in too deep and some blood.
I think I will use in too deep just to make this a 4.
A 4?
A 4. Because now we're in the brawl. I only have 1 fate point left.
Oh shit! No, you don't.
It's getting tight.
They restarted at sessions, bud.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was
Oh,
like,
yes.
you have 4 of them. What are you talking about?
That's true. Okay, cool. We're chilling.
I burned 2 on my first round, so I've only got 2.
So you're pushing, and you feel like this extra push, and you see these light bands, the power bands, kind of light up even brighter. But your determination pushes harder than the power bands do, and you just like sink it way deep, hilt deep into the same wound, and immediately
like
this
It's
person
stuck in him, and I just come up and I just like bat it in even more.
and immediately coughs up blood in your face, and for a moment you see this ferocity just melt into nothing as his eyes go blank.
So I'm like up on him and I like jab it in, and I'm still gonna lay him down gently and then just yank it out.
All right, Theo, what are you doing?
I don't feel like I can do anything.
Okay, to be clear, you can do anything you want, but with the tie, there is an additional aspect that can be used. It's called a boost. It can be used one time on Haiven's for Haiven, and so.
But then don't we also have the arachnophobia against him?
That's a story tag that you can use, as long as you know it's there.
Are they? What's the mathematical? Is it 2 both ways, or I don't know? How does that work?
So, okay, let's say you wanted to attack and you wanted to invoke the aspect of arachnophobia. So that would give you a +2. But you attack and he defends, and he's going to use the, like, your kind of grappled, engaged aspect against you for a +2. But if you use the arachnophobia, you'd have to let me know how you knew he was afraid of spiders.
Well, Sirkin and I planned on this, so I think I would making it. Yeah, that was how we got the whole drug port.
That's why he was trying to get him to hallucinate to make my push stronger.
Yeah.
Do you still have the pen?
Did that happen on camera or off?
Oh, I do still have the pen.
Stab him with the pen.
Do I? Am I using both hands to stop the knife, or do I have a hand free?
It's up to you.
I want to stab him with the pen.
Okay. When he goes to stab you, do you use your free hand or the one holding a gun to stop it?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, see, this is why I was confused why I couldn't empty the clip, because we're in a clinch and I have the gun available.
So
you can empty the clip, but you will get a +2 to his defense.
Yeah. He's saying that, like, it's not going to have the effect that you would expect because he has a higher defense from the boost. He was saying that, like, you can't do your action.
I guess that's why I'm confused, though, because I don't know how you defend against a gun, whether it being less
because we're
effective.
Reaction to, like, your internal reaction. So, like, again, gunfighter, imagine that.
The dice don't know that you fired a gun. You're going to roll against my dice.
I'm just going to create an advantage. I want to kick him in the knees for Sirkin to try to get a physical advantage on him.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Roll a fight.
Nope, nothing happens.
What'd you roll?
-1, so nothing happens.
So you go to kick him in the knee, and, like, in the scuffle, you just kind of, your foot slides, and you're holding this knife, pushing towards your gut. The gold members. So the one with the bone claws is going to head towards Tobias, because the goal of the golds and Haiven is to get Tobias in the car. So, oh shit, okay. So he kind of fires off this round of spikes that's going to kind of encompass around Tobias, just to kind of keep him from wanting to run away and only run towards the door. And then he launches towards Tobias, but he actually trips on one of his own spikes and falls
I hate when that
ground.
happens.
It was a new thing.
The other one that has elasticity, the basically Elastigirl version, is going to shoot out an arm towards you, Sirkin. Will you roll a defense?
I sure will. That is a +3 athletics.
So you just narrowly manage to escape. It kind of goes to almost grapple you, to wrap around in a serpentine style around your body, but you kind of squeeze out of it, and you see it kind of snap back into the arm of the gold member. That one by the Circus Reach member by you all, Al, is now deceased. And the other two... Uh-oh. T, you lost Quinn. So now it's 2-on-2.
Shit.
And Haiven. So Haven's going to push even harder, and he's going to grab the back of the knife, to grab the other knife that's now kind of connected to the knife he was plunging towards your stomach, and come at you from a different angle. So now you've got 2 attacks coming towards you, Theo.
I think that kills me.
What'd you roll?
-4.
Oh, -4.
So if I'm understanding correctly, there is all of my physical stress. So I think Theo is dead.
No. How it works,
I don't understand combat in this fucking game.
Consequences. You take
it
consequences.
would just become a consequence. Yeah.
depending on the amount of slides. So if he rolls, say, 4 damage, that's 8 slides, and you take an extreme consequence. You don't like die in this game.
I'm pretty sure you killed somebody with that level of slide.
It's different
Plot
when you're
armor,
fighting NBCs. But for players, it works a little different. So, roll a second, because you got 2 attacks coming towards you.
-3.
Shit. What are you rolling?
Athletics.
Is there something you'd prefer to roll? That would...
I don't have anything. Theo is not a close ranged fighter.
You can defend with anything that has a shield on it, so long as it makes sense.
Yeah.
There's consequences of decision.
Nope. Theo is verbal, not physical.
All right, so you've got these 2 knives plunging towards you. The one at your gut, like, just starts to sink in. So go ahead and take... this would just be a physical consequence. It would skip your stress and go straight to physical consequence because...
2, 4, or 6?
It would be in the 4 range because of the -4. So mark on your sheet stab wound. So just like...
So now if I do anything physical, I get -4?
No, it becomes an aspect that people can use against you.
I don't understand this game.
So they can use it as like a -2 or a +2.
It's just like an aspect, one of yours, but they can invoke it because you have, like, as long as it makes... Maybe someone sticks their finger in it, and then it becomes a +2 to their roll. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then in the 2 range, add sliced ear. So he is engaged with you pretty heavily, and now you are bleeding from multiple places in your body.
Yeah, I'm on.
Nan, back by the machine, she's picked up a thing or two working in Pfeiffer's auto shop, and she's now kind of looking at it and seeing if she can hotwire it and get it to activate. She like pulls some wires from below the steering column and gets them to connect, and this thing roars to life. And behind you, you hear this loud, and these lights, 2 headlights, kind of shoot on. And she's gonna grab a rock from nearby, throw it on the gas, and steer it towards the middle of the fight. Well, everyone, please. It's gauged in the middle. So, Theo, Sirkin, and those that you're fighting, please make an athletics check.
-3.
I'm safe. I'm far enough away.
Yo! What'd you roll, Sirkin?
You're muted, bud.
I think you said 4, though.
4. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, a +4?
Yes.
Okay, so what you guys see is this large tractor coming straight towards, and this has got kind of like, I don't like kind of the combine kind of things. Like it's got
The Thresher.
the thresher. Thank you. Like mowing itself towards your group. Sirkin, you notice that, especially now that you're on X and you have a heightened sense of awareness, you notice that Theo is right in line with Haiven of this thresher. With the +4, you're safe. What do you do?
Is it my turn now?
No, but I'll give you a free
Oh.
moment.
I'm gonna. Oh shit! I'm gonna run and tackle Theo out of the way. I'm gonna try.
Okay, make an additional athletics check.
That is 3.
Okay.
Fuck.
So, this thresher's headed towards the group. You launched yourself towards Theo and push him and yourself just out of the way of this thresher. Haiven, kind of bloodlusty, not noticing as much, really trying to lay into Theo, notices just too late and throws himself, but his leg gets caught in the thresher. So he doesn't get like sucked in or anything, but his leg gets pretty trashed.
Need to go to hospital.
So now that's an additional aspect that you guys can use, a physical consequence. I'm gonna say leg down is what I wrote. Tobias. Oh wait, your NPC's in the back. Ooh. So now it's 2-on-2, but they successfully are able to take down Nelly. So now it's 2-on-1. You got Loria and Planer with only 1 Sigurd's reach and a power band left in the back, with a Thresher headed their direction towards the front door. Tobias, he feels this surge course through his veins, and his eyes kind of turn white just for a moment, and then his pupils reappear, and he rushes towards the gold member.
Fuck yeah!
I love gold. I'm from Holland, isn't that weird?
He rushes towards the gold member, who's like struggling to get to his feet, covered in these bone spikes, and places his hand on the face of this gold member's. In a moment, anybody, if you weren't distracted by this thresher, you might notice that you see these bones kind of retract into the gold member's body, and almost like a siphon, then explode out of Tobias.
Hell yeah!
I rolled for his X, and he got power stealing.
That's fucking
shit.
rad.
So now Tobias, you see this like almost demonic dad of bone
Demonic dad.
with these bone claws and bone spikes jutting out, and two just at the back of his head, almost like horns. So there you go.
Use this.
All right, Waylon, you decided it was 3 rounds?
Yeah, so my counter is down to 2.
Okay. Well, I would say, yeah, that was 2 rounds.
That was 2 whole
Right.
rounds of combat? I've just
Yeah.
been judging it for every time Al goes.
Yeah, Al's next.
Yeah, so it's 2
But I'm just
rounds
checking
left
in.
now. Because it's only on my initiative I rolled a 3, so now it's Al's turn. It goes to a 2.
I didn't go last round.
You didn't?
No.
No, he just.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay. You what? Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Let's go back to you. What would you like to do?
Oh, so Nan is now back. Everybody's on the ground. Nan is back where she set the thresher going. Sirkin pulls his gun and turns towards Nan and shoots the glass panes by where Nan is so she can bolt out.
Ooh, okay.
And then
shoot.
Yeah. What is my shoot? My shoot is +2, and that is a 0. Net 0.
Good thing glass doesn't move.
Right, no shit.
So you do fire, and it hits this glass, but it's thicker than you expect it to be. And it doesn't just immediately shatter.
Balls.
It puts a crack in it, but...
Don't worry, I can fit.
Yeah. Shit. I guess, yeah, that's really all I can do.
Oh, yes, but more gunfire might attract more friends.
So, Kit, now you've heard 2 gunshots from inside the car. What are you doing?
Panic.
I'm gonna pull the car around. I'm gonna back it into the windows. Just gun it into the windows. I don't want to head first because I might get stuck, but if I back into it at least, I can pull out.
Okay, so you said pull the car around. What part of this building are you trying to drive into? Basically, there's 3 sides that are covered in this thick glass. The back, as we established, is kind of an entrance. There's more of a solid structure on the back end.
Probably the closest that's facing the road.
To the front.
So the front,
Yeah.
where the front doors are?
Yeah.
Are you aiming for the doors?
Yeah. It's the same for the doors. Why not?
It's gonna be the weakest point to break through.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll drive for me.
They're made to move.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Drive.
I forgot that was a song.
Me too.
That's now gonna be stuck in my head all day.
Sorry.
2, but let's see. Can I use anything you can do I could do better?
How?
You think you're a door? Check this shit out.
Mostly because Theo told me I couldn't do anything. Theo told me I couldn't help. Theo told me I couldn't be involved in this at all. And I want to basically prove that I can.
All right, I will accept that.
Okay, I'm gonna just reroll then.
Reroll for spite.
Fuck, I shouldn't have rerolled.
So the cool thing about is you can use the fate point, you re-roll, but you take whichever roll you prefer.
Okay, I'll take the 2.
Panic sets in.
Yeah, I'll take the 2 then.
Bitch. All right, so you back in, and it doesn't just shatter because of the door structure that you were aiming for. It's not like just a sheer window that you might just break around you. There was a little bit of bracing around the door, and so you don't get all the way through the glass. You do kind of cave in the door a bit. So the doorway is kind of broken towards the inside of the greenhouse, and you're fairly certain if you gave it one more go, you could probably get all the way through. But now you've blocked the doorway, so people cannot use that as an exit. And a few of the things that were kind of positioned, though, that the Sigurd's Reach member had set on that door, a few of them kind of pop off and they're broken around the doorway. Osvid, what are you doing?
Oh. I don't know if I want to start fighting anybody. Okay, so we have
Basically, you just
two
hurt
golds.
the person in front of you. They're further into the room is the elasticity person. The bone person just got the bone sucked out of them, and now they're in Theo or Tobias.
And then there's the one reach guy fighting the Tims.
Yes.
And then the Tims. Everybody's a Tim. And then Haiven. Okay.
And Theo and Sirkin just launched themselves out of the way of this thresher, which was headed towards the front door, but kind of just like lost some power.
Is that what it's actually called? Because I have a hard time picturing what this thing is.
Fine.
Cultivator or something?
It's probably a
Combine pressure.
Okay, gotcha. That's what I thought we were alluding to, but I wanted to double check for my own mental image.
I grew up in the country. We had drive your tractor to school day.
Us too.
I know
Us
farm
too.
equipment when I see
Did
it.
you
Oh,
really?
You did?
Very nice.
Crazy.
We all have country related
Yeah.
stuff.
That's what I was thinking of. Cool.
I ironically enough also have a gun. It's not mine.
Fucking A. Oh my god, I forgot.
It all comes full circle.
It all comes full circle. Big iron on my hip. I'm gonna.
With a big iron on his hips.
I think I'm just going to walk up, and I am not experienced with this, and I'm just going to just shoot towards Haiven and them.
Okay.
Pray for me.
Would
We're
you
all
like?
on the ground, though, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You're all on the ground. You just got pushed down by Sirkin, who like looked up and then shot at the window, and Haven's leg got caught up in the thresher, so it's pretty torn up. And that's an aspect that you're free to use, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's true. You can't evade this. Yeah, I will definitely use that. I will definitely need that.
Okay. So add a +2 to your roll.
Oh god. That's a whole ass 1. I have 0 to shoot, so
Oh damn. With your +2.
yeah. I rolled I
damn.
rolled a 1 and a 2, a neutral. Alright, so I rolled 2 negatives, a neutral, and a 6.
So in his pain, he's like gripping his leg, and he just like looks up to quickly scope out his surroundings and see you pointing a gun at him, and kind of punches the ground and rolls just as a bullet explodes the dirt next to him. Theo, would you like to move at all? Alsvid, are you staying in your kind of?
I'm not getting too close because again, I'm not a big ultra kick. Yeah. So like I'll move up, but I'm not close.
Yeah. All right, Theo, you are bleeding from your stomach and your ear, and you just got pushed to the ground by Sirkin. What do you do?
So does it count? I can still like get up and move towards Haiven, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Is he like grabbing at his leg
Yeah.
with both hands?
He just rolled out of the way, but it kind of stung some extra, and so yeah, he reached down with one, and he's got the knives in the other.
I want to shoot the hand with the knives.
Okay. Again, you can use the leg down aspect to give you plus-
We're doing that.
Okay.
Which would be 2, 3, so that makes that a 4 then, including that.
4. So, kind of focused on rolling out of the way of Alsvid's shot, he rolls and like grips his knife ready to do something, and then feels a bullet strike right through. And so we cause him to drop the knives, and it even kind of shoots it just out of reach for him.
Did that damage the knives? I don't know like how they're powered or if like Haiven is powered, but
Ooh.
Trying to.
because like if the handles would be in his hand, would that like impact the handles at all?
You better hope they don't pack the handles. I'll be real mad.
If you rolled a little higher, then I would have given that to you, but
Okay, gotcha.
it hurt his hand for sure, and now he's bleeding from his hand, and it pushed the knives just out of reach.
Cool.
Bullet. Sirkin.
Sirkin sees the man he trained for years, bleeding from his neck, leg ripped apart, looking pathetic. Sirkin gets up and he walks over and he picks up Haiven's knives. And as he picks them up, he looks down at them, and from his perspective, he sees the Sirocco family seal on the blade. And he looks at the knives that used to be his brother Jayun's that he handed down to Haiven. And then he pulls he holds them apart and tosses them both into Haiven.
Okay. So that's a toss, not a stab.
Or yeah, it's a shoot. Like it's the same like throwing style that he used. That's how my brother used them. That's how I taught him to use them.
So roll shoot. Oof. Are you using the leg down?
Yeah, I'll use the leg down.
He's standing on the leg to pin it.
So that is a 4. And I'm going to use a stunt, basically a doctor. So whatever the shift value between my 4 and his defense is, I can inflict an immediate consequence.
Jeebus Christ.
All right. He had a 3 to his defense, and you had a 4. So it was a 1.
Okay. So I can add a mild consequence if if he already has one, it would go to the next step up.
He does. The leg down is the mild, so give him.
So he needs a moderate consequence.
Basically, how do you want to do this?
We've had some debate on what qualifies as a moderate consequence. Oh
no, I'm asking.
How do you want to do it?
Based on all the other damage he's taken and your proximity, how do you want to do this?
I throw the knives, and they both go into his chest, like into the pecs. Because I want I throw him in, and then I squat down to look him in the eyes while he goes.
Theo spits on him.
So, and these knives are long enough that as you launch them expertly, doctor level, doctorate of stabbing,
precision surgery.
They plunge straight through his pecs, right between his ribs, through the lungs, and the tips just into the dirt behind him. And so he's like struggling to get up, but being stuck in the dirt and all of his other injuries, he's bleeding out.
I hold his head. I cradle his head.
And you hear like his breath grow raspy.
Yeah. I never liked you.
I loved you.
And you hear the death rattle of his final breath as the light leaves his eyes. Okay! Well, that skips Haiven's turn. Nayan. Yeah. It's, I won't be killed by you.
I said he shits himself.
Oh.
His turn.
Yeah, shits himself. Nayan is taking that same, or another rock that she found, and now that there's a crack in the window, she's attempting to break it. But, ooh. She's making some progress. She doesn't break it all the way through, but she's widening the crack. And let's see how your people in the back do, T. They're struggling with that last one. So there's still one Sigurd's Reach member against Lariah and Planer in the back. And Tobias.
And then there's still Elastic guy left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tobias shreds that dude with spikes.
Tobias took the bone guy's power, but that guy didn't die, right?
Right.
He just shreds that poor man to death. Just give me a hug.
So Tobias goes and he kind of examining his new powers, and a grin kind of spreads across his face.
A bony grin.
A toothy grin, as they say. And with the long claws, just plunges them into this guy's back as he's fallen to the ground.
Holy shit!
Hell yeah.
He's not out, but he's taken some damage. Let me mark it. That's like this. Kit, you're in the car. You just backed into the door, not all the way through. What are you doing?
Doing it again.
Yeah. Okay, roll drive.
Do it
Do you want
again.
to see me do it again?
Do it again.
Oh, we're getting to the moment. Kid's gonna realize. your
Wayland,
dad's
what
a
are you
monster.
thinking as you're watching Kit slam her car into the building?
Yeah, I don't think you're waiting anymore. I think after that you're running.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think right now, to be honest.
I rolled a 0,
Virtual dice, baby.
and I hate it here. I rolled a 0.
Okay. So you're like trying to pull forward and pull back, but now you're like almost physically stuck in the door, and your tires are spinning a little bit. You're unable to grasp some traction below. Wayland, are you saying that the 3 rounds started from when you rolled, or when they started at the
For
start
when
of
the gun went off, yeah. When the gun
Okay.
went off. So, one more round.
Okay.
You telling me you're gonna watch this car from across the street?
I can't
Back
get in the
in
fucking... I can't get in the building. The fucking car's in the way.
Oliver,
am I
what are you
supposed to
doing?
do?
Get down and be there when the door's open.
I guess
Where did I go?
Elastiboy is the closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I will continue to make my way from the back, and I'll try to shoot again, with the big iron on my hip.
With the big iron on his head.
Okay. That's not bad. It's still only a 1 because this guy doesn't have any pluses. I'll
So
take
as-
neutrals over negatives. All right.
As you
I'll take neutrals.
take a shot, his body like just like skirts around the bullet.
God damn you, inflatable arm man.
Are you making any sort of movements close?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. As I'm like pressing forward, I'm trying to get a hold of this gun and try to figure out the best way to shoot it.
Okay. Theo, what are you doing?
Theo is gonna kind of like look around to assess and have like a loyalties quick conversation with himself. He sees Tobias, who is integral to this situation in a fight, but he also now sees Al. He recognizes that Sirkin is going to obviously assist in Tobias because his connection with Kit, and Theo is going to go help his 2 goons. And Theo wants to shoot the Sigurd's Reach guy in the back. I'm assuming the 2v1, I guess, in my head, just
Sure.
Theo would be coming up on his backside. So,
They've been scuffling around, so things have been shifting, but currently, yeah.
yeah, just my attempt is I just want to shoot him to help them out. And I'm going to use a fate point to re-roll.
Okay.
Oh, that's fucking so much better. That's a 4.
So, as he's like winding up for this big punch right to Loria's face, you fire and completely catching him off guard, right in the spinal column, and everything kind of freezes, and he just slumps off down to the ground. And Loria and Plain are both like bloodied, looking up at you. Say, thank you. But we're even now, right?
We sure are.
Not that they can go anywhere because there's a car in the door. The elastic gold member being just fired upon.
Should it be?
Circuit. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I keep skipping you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I thought that's where we got off track, but I wanted to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna burn my last fate point. Let's do this. Fuck. Sirkin gets up, over the body of his protege, his surrogate son, and turns, like, boring his eyes into the eyes of the elastic gold, and using the push one last time. That is a 6. And he says, "You can't breathe."
Oh,
Well, shit.
Panic sets in.
So this new skill that you've adopted, normally you're used to it causing some blood vessel to rupture, but with this new confidence of just ending the life of Haiven, you look up and with full certainty make this push, and you feel nothing but joy.
Oh fuck.
As this elastic is almost like winding up in a serpentine fashion, like headed towards Alsvid, and almost gets like rolled in. You see the limbs elongate suddenly. One just immediately like wraps itself like an anaconda around his already elongated neck. And it becomes this tangled knot of limbs and flesh until his face turns blue. And as he's inching towards Alsvid, almost like a worm in the sun, just shrivels. And now he's left with this tangled mess of lifelessness. All right. Gold members are gone. Sigurd's Reach is gone. Haiven is gone.
And the White Guard never showed.
They made a deal. It's
almost like they were
never escaped the confines of this place. There were not technically war on the streets.
Yeah. I expected at the end of this this was gonna turn into a high-speed chase pursuit thing. That's how I envisioned it.
That's why I was out here. Yeah, that's why I was out here.
We were on the same page.
Instead, this was just Chirac.
Theo does need to roll connection to determine if Theo has his own personal doctor.
I'm basically a doctor.
Yeah.
Nope, Theo's rolling.
I don't want to take that option if I don't have to.
That's a 5.
Are you seeing other doctors?
You know what? Actually, no. I don't think I think Theo would trust Sirkin in this moment.
Battlefield medicine? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So, officially, combat has ended. All the combat
Theo collapses.
So, just for anybody with a consequence, how it works is that consequence remains until you do something to mend it. Like if you saw a doctor, or if you got it bandaged, and like for your gut wound, if you were to get that like stitched, then
which organ did it stab?
It was right into your gut, so it just went between your intestines. So you
Precision.
Could get it stitched, but then that consequence would turn to stitched gut.
Gotcha.
So it would still be there until the end of the scenario, when then it would finally heal and fall.
Okay.
So currently, you collapsed. You're bleeding. Alsvid, you're just a few meters away from this tangled knot of a mess of a human. Everybody else is lying dead. There's a car blocking the path, and Nan, you hear this as she's like pounding with all of her might to get this window broken.
I'm just gonna walk over and then shoot Elastic Boy in the head. I'm like, it's over. You can stop.
like
when
the idea
Theo
that this
executes
greenhouse-
somebody, everybody fucking erupts.
Well, executing someone. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Around a pile of corpses, less shocking. But I love the idea that this greenhouse is just a bunch of windshields.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's true.
I mean,
Greenhouse glass is strong.
Yeah. Can I roll perception to see if I notice my gun?
Your gun in all of his hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a -2.
Yeah, no.
I
There's a
cannot
lot going on.
see shit when I
Did you
I
add
don't-
your X?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I don't. Do I add my expertise or like what would I?
Yeah, you roll
If
with
I'm-
expertise.
All right, should I reroll?
How can I defend this?
You can't defend against someone looking at you.
I have con artist.
So I
all sorts of
rerolled. My experience is a +3, which is one more higher than my perception, but I still only rolled a +1, so it's
Okay.
+4.
Yeah. You
There's
just
a lot of shit going
it's
on.
dark in here. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
light. There's a lot going on. You've got like this blood lust kind of in your.
I would have
in
found a
your
way to
vision.
bullshit my way out of here.
More curious. Kit and Wayland outside the building. What are you doing now that the round's over, Wayland?
Yeah, that's right. I guess I. That's so embarrassing.
Just go outside.
On my
That's
I'm
when he
like-
comes swinging through the ceiling.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Is like it's like, oh shit, okay, no one's come out yet, so I like hurry down in a panic and like race towards Kit. I'd be like, you gotta move, you gotta let me in there. I'm like banging on the hood. Come on, pull out. I need to get in. I got these. They're in trouble for sure. They haven't come out yet.
I'm stuck, aren't I?
If you try again, roll a drive. You just were stuck because you rolled poorly.
Okay.
You're not stuck forever.
Okay.
She accidentally runs Waylon over.
Let's
Jump on the
let's
hood,
not-
car surf.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
It's a 1.
All right, so you like really have to rev the engine, but you manage to kind of pull yourself out of the doorway. And when you finally do, it turns out that the car was the only thing holding that door in place. And as you pull out, the doors kind of collapse in on themselves, and there's a big enough opening for you to pass through with it.
Okay, cool. I guess I see the scene.
You see two Sigurd's Reach members dead before you. As soon as you pull out, Kit, Loria, and Planer just kind of like limp out. Kind of like, we're good. Tell Thea to lose her numbers. And they kind of take off down the street. You see some tangled mess of a human over there. You see Tobias full of bones jutting out of their body. And in the center of the area, you see Haiven, 2 knives plunged in his chest, lifeless.
And then at the far corner, I see the most beautiful creature.
Driving into the wall.
Okay. So I guess my shoulders immediately drop, and I go, looks like you guys did it. What's the damage? How's everyone?
We need you to get us to your hideout as fast as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, we're okay. And then we just both like glance over at Theo, who's just a mess of blood.
Theo does take out his phone because Theo needs to make a phone call.
Okay. I guess I'll just like, like move back to like usher people forward. Be like, get him in the car. Let's go.
Try to open the back. Just load him in the back of the SUV.
Putting Theo in the back there?
Busted. Seriously.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who are you putting in the back of the car? Who's all getting in the car? Everybody?
I'm sure we're all gonna get.
Yeah,
in.
we'll all load in.
Someone's got to grab Nan because she is kind of tunnel visioned in the corner. She's just determined to break this.
I will.
Actually, I won't let you do it. I'm gonna
Okay.
be like you, because you're already next to Theo. I'll be like, get him in the car. What are you doing? I'll
Yeah, I'd
handle
say
her.
I think the two of us will just.
Yeah.
Theo's trying to make this phone call, and we're just kind of like dragging him by his armpits to get him in the car.
I'm taking my brother's daggers out of Haiven with taking them with me.
I just realized that it's
Nice.
actually kind of awkward for Wayland with Nan. Like, it may be less awkward for Nan than if anybody else was to talk to her right now. But it's a little weird for me because we just had that one interaction, and all I know is that she went missing, and that really hurt Kit. So I rush up, and I'm like, hey, it's time to go. It's time to go.
And she like quickly turns towards you and is about to hit your head with a rock.
Roll for initiative.
Power bands.
Is her foot still broken? Is she gonna have to limp?
No, her foot's fine. But she is a little bruised from the being locked away in wherever she has been kept the last few days. But no real harm has been done to her.
But I'm gonna tell her. Kit's in the car. We're gonna drive somewhere safe.
Kitten?
Yeah, come on.
And she like throws the rock, and she
Breaks the
passes
glass.
by you, and faster than you think she could move, she starts like jogging towards the front.
Okay, cool, perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna do a dummy check, make sure that everything is good. I don't need anything from here. Everything is fine. People are moving on. We just need to get out of here, I guess, and make sure Theo doesn't die. So
As
That's what I'll do.
Tobias is coming towards the car, he like, you see him kind of struggling because he just kind of got this power and doesn't know how to turn it off. So he's got these huge bone spikes all over, and he comes
can
to
he use his power to take my power?
yeah, if you were on X.
Even if I'm not on X, he can't take my like aspects.
Yeah.
I'm just basically trying to like, if he takes a different power, it would.
Oh, does it like
that would break.
overwrite?
That's what I was. That's what.
Oh, that is a good question. Is it power stealing like compounding, or does he like replace?
I think
Yeah.
you have to have one at a
Become
time.
the avatar.
Yeah,
or
so
the-
he could take mine, and then it wouldn't be a big deal. His bones would go away.
But the thing is, he really hasn't delved into this very much. He was like using it like a few months ago. He didn't get to explore it. He didn't have a full grasp. Yeah, he's not like an expert at being on X.
Okay. Well then.
So he wouldn't know like, oh, do you have an X power? Great, I'll just take that. Especially just meeting you, not really knowing how.
Okay,
who
I
you
didn't
are.
see how anything went down, so
Right.
I guess I'm gonna say change of plans. Theo in the back seat. We got to put this guy in the trunk.
But before he gets in the trunk, he goes to the driver's side window and kind of ashamedly taps on it.
We don't have fucking time for this shit.
And Kit, you see this bony demon, looking person that kind of resembles your dad.
Meanwhile, I get in shotgun.
I'm just gonna look horrified.
Tim, I'm sorry. I thought I could help. I'm gonna get
Kit's not
now.
Kit's not gonna say anything, and she's just gonna look down.
So he just loads himself into the trunk.
Oh, I guess I should drive. Or no, it's fine. I'll just give directions from the back seat because Sirkin is in shot.
I'll go lead.
I will take the back seat directly behind the driver so I can do that annoying thing where I like rest my chin on the seat,
Nice.
like reach over.
Yep, because that's what she needs right now. She needs the annoyance on top of.
I don't have shotgun. I don't know what to say.
So go ahead and Kit roll drive with all the craziness going on. How well that you manage to get and how quickly you get to Wayland's.
3.
All right, so it's pretty late. You met at 1. It's probably closer to 2 by now. after all the craziness. You do see some increased exposure of the light guard. You see extra cars in this district, but one of them just kind of eyes your car as it's driving past, as if they know that, okay, it's safe, it's fine, we're gonna let that one go. Almost like, and as you're escaping the district, you see lights finally of light guard turn on and head just past you, as if they gave you like a 2-minute head start. Wayland, as they're headed towards the Iron Corners, you want to describe where your safe house is and what it looks like?
Sure. As far as like directions there, it's just like one of those like industrial blocks where it's just like warehouse upon warehouse upon warehouse and like cul-de-sacs and roundabouts and stuff. So it's just like kind of a maze of warehouses, and it's this one big just like, I don't know, it must have been like a steel mill or something at one point. So it's just like this big plant, but all of the machinery has been pretty well removed, except for maybe some like obsolete units or something like that. So like there'll be like the random like big piece of machinery, but it's just this big dusty warehouse. The only windows are like at the very kind of top, and they're like permanently kind of cracked open because of the ventilation that was needed. Super utilitarian. When you go into the first like kind of it's really kind of just one big room, and then there's like office kind of structures. You like go upstairs to a mezzanine kind of thing. But he just has like a bedroll and like a few like crates and shit, and the punching bag that was broken in the very first episode, that's like spilt sand, but it's like kind of all just like kind of tucked away into the corner on the floors, just like with all the dust and everything. That's pretty much the whole amount of the digs. But after I unlock the door and I pull the big bay doors open for the truck to come in, I just say there's a proper bed and some medical supplies upstairs in the office, which you could tangibly, I would be using that instead of whatever I was doing instead. But like for some reason I've chosen to be in the big open room for whatever reason. But I wait for the truck to go in before I close the bay doors behind.
And Theo, en route, you were making a phone call, you said?
Yes, Theo needs to call, I don't remember the commander's name.
Orin, yeah. Okay.
So Theo initially puts the phone up to his cut ear, and then switches ears. It's finished. You're going to need several coroners. There's going to be one body, Quinn. I need her separate from the rest. Do not contact her family. I will.
What's the damage?
It did not hit the streets. I will come to your office in the coming days to help finalize paperwork.
Are our streets cleaner than when they began?
Dramatically.
He just immediately hangs up. There's like a brief pause, like a pregnant pause, as if he wants to say more, but then just hangs up.
Hey guys, getting stabbed hurts.
All right, now that we've arrived, let's go treat to your wounds, Theo. Head upstairs. Wayland, don't you have some equipment to recollect?
Are you talking about my grappling hook?
I am.
It's on the other side of town. I'll have to grab that. Eventually, unless you're asking me to leave. Austin is saying that.
Yeah. I am, but as you start replying, I start moving my eyes from you to Kit, and back to you as you're talking about where it is and it being gone. As like, get her out of here.
Yeah. Okay, so what I will do is be like, good call, but first there's a break around here somewhere. Let me just. I don't normally turn the lights on, but I here. Wait a second. What was it? I go like underneath the mezzanine. There's like a supply room, and I'm like, oh, which one was it again?
Stat flippage.
You see my hand poke up?
You haven't labeled them.
Yeah, and then finally, and then you hear like the, and then the lights start to trickle on and be like, and then I go to Kit, like subtly, right? Have you have you left the car yet? After everyone like piled out, did you stay in the car or did you get out?
So Nan's at the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have ran out and met Nan.
And as you're embracing Nan, with the hatchback open, which somebody opened for Tobias, definitely, right?
No, he's in timeout.
He like pulls his feet over, and just as the door opens, it's been just enough time that now the bones are starting to retract into his body, and he kind of bashfully looks up and sees his two favorite human beings embracing, and takes a deep breath and slowly wraps his arms around you both.
Kit's gonna flinch at his touch.
It's all right. I'm sorry. It's all right. Just so happy to have you both.
I'm searching for a moment to interject when there is one. I'm not gonna just just
Let's go over here.
Background guys.
If I can, if I can sense, and Kit, maybe you could help me, but if I can sense a moment to interject, I don't know if there's anything you want to say before I do that.
I'm probably gonna look at you because I
Okay.
can probably sense that you're standing there, and this has become an awkward situation for me. So I'm probably gonna like look at you, and
Yeah.
like as I'm like kind of pulling away.
Cool. Yeah, cool. So I'll approach you, and I'll be like, hey, do you want to get a little fresh air? I got an errand I really have to run. If you don't mind driving me.
Is Wayland far away from Theo?
You and I are.
You
headed up to-
guys are upstairs to get treated.
Okay, gotcha.
And so go ahead and
Um,
change your consequences to like stitched wound and bandaged ear.
Kit's going to like shake her head like yes, like a very like give you the eye of like thank God.
Yeah.
And she's gonna like grab Nan's hand and like pull her close and hug her one more time and just say, I'll be back.
No, I just got you back. You're not leaving me.
If Nan is healthy, she can come. Austin says that. I don't know exactly how to imply that as Raven.
I think Kit wants her dad and Nan to talk
Sure, cool.
because they haven't, and I think that's necessary.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that sounds good. As I'm opening the bay door to let Kit pull out, I see the back of the car. I'm like, we're gonna have to steal another one of these, huh? I shut the bay door behind myself, and I guess I don't lock them in.
Yes.
I guess I don't lock them in.
I start an accidental fire, but I'm locked in.
Yeah, sorry, it's a padlock and chain on the outside, so you're gonna have to climb 30-40 feet up
This is how it would end.
to get to the vent windows. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll close the bay door behind. I think about locking it out of habit, and then I remember there are warm bodies inside. So I don't.
As
Different for
opposed
when
to
there's cold bodies
on.
inside.
Well, you never know. You never know if there has to be some cool bodies inside.
So then, with Waylon and Kit running an errand to recollect your grappling hook, if you can find it,
I know where
Theo
it
getting stitched up, and Tobias and Nan, for the first time since they've both been missing, reconnecting. That's where we're going to end today's episode. Good job, you guys. No casualties?
We survived.
No losses?
I mean, Theo almost didn't survive, but
Almost.
I don't understand how players die in this game.
It's
They
very hard.
don't. It's called magic.
You have to get beat up real bad, profusely. And then you can even concede so that you stop fighting and they stop killing you.
This isn't.
That
this
is a
isn't
rule,
D&D.
yeah.
It is.
Like,
Also, yeah, keep in
important thing to
mind
remember.
that for like you survived this, but you have now 2 ways that anybody can put a -2 on anything you do. And
But isn't that only temporary though?
It is. It ends at the end of the
Until-
scenario, which
yeah.
we're getting
wrapping
close
up
to.
quickly.
Gotcha.
But next episode, they'll still be there.
Okay.
It's not like
Yeah.
a scene or an episode. It's
So instead of
scenario.
like, yeah,
more of an
ins-
arc.
instead of living or dying in D&D, your life gets like harder.
No.
Okay.
And if you were to continue to take consequences, you could take an extreme consequence, which actually replaces one of your aspects. So you lose an aspect in lieu of dying.
Like for instance,
Interesting.
like I started the game with a missing hand. So like that would be the result of an extreme consequence. Which
Yep.
would be
Gotcha.
having my hand cut off.
Yeah. Oh, you guys, I can't believe you didn't lose Nan or Tobias or any of you. And I was not trying to pull punches.
I was sure that Tobias was killing himself. That pill, I was 100% sure.
I mean, that would be a way out.
I'm not going back.
Not
would
being
end-
taken.
Yeah. But before next episode, you guys have reached a major milestone.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So go ahead and give yourselves the shifts and advantages, changes in your stats. You can add a stunt if you'd like. We can talk about reminder.
We can move something from average to fair now, though, right? Because average would have 5 and fair has 3, so there's the stepping block allotted to a lot.
As long as you have more or equal to skills in
Shoots
layer
moving
below,
up to fair.
you can bring something from mediocre, which is a +0, up to
Average.
average. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on today's crazy combat episode. One of the first big combat scenes that we've had, honestly. This has been so much fun. I've been loving this story so much, and I love these people so much. Tune back in next Thursday, or you can catch it on YouTube and podcast on Saturday if you need to watch back. And then Monday, we have our Monday Night Geek Out sessions with a brand new geek guest each and every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. T goes live Wednesdays here on Twitch at 8 p.m. doing whatever makes a dopamine hit, and then brings you back for a new Cloudscape episode on Thursdays. But until next time, I am Bozer.
I'm Josh.
I'm Austin.
I'm here.
I'm Brett.
I'm T.
And you just keep.
Geeking out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.